Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I have with me the Olympus 40-150 f3.5 to 4.5. I want to share my thoughts on using this lens in this video. Let's do this! This Olympus 40-150 f3.5 to 4.5 was a 4/3 DSLR lens. This was released almost 20 years ago. It was launched in the year 2004. I bought this lens with my own money. This was the second Olympus lens that I owned after I bought my Olympus DSLR. This was my favorite lens. I've been using this lens for so many years and I've got many fantastic shots with this lens. For a budget telephoto zoom lens, I thought this Olympus Zuiko Digital 40-150 f3.5 to 4.5 was quite an interesting lens. Although this is an old lens, it was designed for 4/3 DSLR, I am curious to see how this lens performs in the latest mirrorless micro 4/3 system. So I brought this lens out and I mounted it on my OM system OM1 camera, and I'm now in the Kuala Lumpur Bird Park. I thought I would bring this combination and get some bird shots. Obvious thing that I really like about this Olympus 40-150 f3.5 to 4.5 is the brighter than usual aperture opening of f3.5 to 4.5. Typically for budget telephoto zoom lenses, it is about f4 to f5.6, sometimes it's narrower, so having that slightly brighter aperture, it puts this lens slightly above all the other telephoto zoom options. And brighter aperture means that we can gather a little bit more light. We can achieve higher shutter speed without increasing ISO numbers unnecessarily. Keeping the ISO numbers down is advantageous for micro four thirds system because, hey, our sensor size isn't really that large. And at lower ISO numbers, we also have better sharpness, better tonality, better dynamic range. We just get overall better image quality using this lens compared with other budget telephoto zoom options. And looking at this lens, I'm also very impressed with the overall optical quality. Images looking really sharp coming out from this lens, even shooting at bright open apertures f3.5 to 4.5. And the bokeh quality, oh my goodness. The out of focus area, they look really creamy, it looks pleasant, it looks buttery smooth. There's just this three-dimensional pop. The images just look so beautiful. I love the rendering coming out from this 40-150 f3.5 to 4.5. Because this lens was originally designed for 4/3 DSLR system, it is larger than necessary. I understand that nowadays, the mirrorless micro four thirds native lenses, we have lighter, smaller options. But this lens is not impossibly large, it is still quite easy to handle, it is very balanced on this OM system OM1 camera, and it's not too heavy as well. I just thought that the advantage of having the brighter aperture f3.5 to 4.5, I cannot help but wonder if we have similar options on micro four thirds native lenses, it could have been much smaller, say maybe 30 to 40% smaller and lighter, and that would have been really awesome. It would have been a middle ground between the kit, say from the f4 to 5.6 variable aperture telephoto zoom, to the constant f2.8 zooms, right? The pro lenses, which is a lot larger and more expensive. This could have been the perfect middle ground. Using this lens on this OM system OM1, the autofocus is really fast. I just left the camera to the bird detection AI subject tracking on. I had the continuous autofocus on all the time. I let the camera find the bird on the screen, so it's very easy. I didn't have to do much, and the autofocus works effectively, and it works really well between the camera and this lens. I think this is thanks to the face detection and autofocus built into the image sensor. Overall, I quite enjoy using this lens. I just wish that there is a native option made for micro four thirds, which is a lot smaller and lighter. That this lens may not be suitable for birding or wildlife photography, especially if you're in the wild, out in the open, and everything is too far away. 150mm at the longest end may not be sufficient reach for these scenarios. But if you are in a zoo environment, if you can get close enough to the subject, 40 to 150 is quite a versatile zoom range to work with. If you can get close enough to the subject, this lens can deliver fantastic results. If I were to really pixel peep and scrutinize the image quality from this lens, it isn't perfect. There are some technical flaws. There is chromatic aberration, which is quite obvious. I don't think Olympus included any extra low dispersion lenses in this particular lens to control purple fringing or any chromatic aberration. And if you shoot against strong source of light, there will be some haze, ghosting, or flare. The corners are not terribly sharp. There are problems there and here, but you gotta bear in mind that this is actually a budget lens. It is supposed to be like one of those twin kit lenses options for entry-level cameras. And being a kit lens, being a budget lens, I thought this 40 to 150 f3.5 to 4.5 offers more than any other options from any other DSLR brands out there. And we should have such option for micro four thirds system. Make it smaller, make it lighter, keep the f3.5 to 4.5 bright aperture, maybe improve the optics a little bit there and here, improve the construction quality, and we'll have a killer budget telephoto zoom lens. found my sharing beneficial and if you've enjoyed looking at my photographs, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how you can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way, will definitely help me to continue making more content and publish them right here. Until the next one, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye!